Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Malik Arjun. In this today's session, I'm going to demonstrate on in case of if your DR database goes out of sync, how you're going to restore that particular DR database. Uh, how you're going to incrementally take a backup from your production database and then apply it at your DR site and then make your DR database is in sync with your production database. And then these are like two different methods here. One is take an incremental backup from your production site and then apply it on the DR site and then make your DR database in sync with your production. That's the one way. And then the other way is in starting with 12c, you don't need to take a backup from your incremental backup from your production and then apply it at the DR site. Rather than you can directly recover your DR database based upon the service name, based upon the whatever the primary service, you can connect to primary service and then take on fly incremental backup and apply it at the DR site and then make your DR in sync with your prod. So that's two different categories here. These are the mask nodes. You can see this is roll forward your physical standby using a recover from your service command. It is introduced from starting with the 12c onwards. Prior to 12c in 11g and all, we used to do this particular step. This is a mask note for this one. Step to perform roll forward a physical standby database using RMAN incremental backup. So these two documents are very well valid and then applicable for any version 11g, 12c, 19c. Either you can go with this particular mask document and follow the steps, and then you can make your DR in sync with your prod. And then you can follow this particular step, this particular mask document. You no need to take a backup. On fly, you can connect to service name of your production database and then make your prod or DR in sync with your prod. So both the documents are very, very beautiful, are very good document, which will be like, helpful for him, in case of your DR goes out of sync, and then you can make a use of this one. Right, so I have my prod server and then DR server here. We can quickly get into our lab environment and then we can see the demonstration. Before I just start with our demo, if you are new to my channel, you can always go back to YouTube and search for Malik034, and then you can do subscribe my channel, and then you can watch all my previous videos, so that that will help you in catching up the next whatever the videos I'm going to upload. Right, so I'm gonna show you my production environment. My production environment is like ORCL database, which is running under Oracle DB server, and then which is of 19c database. And similarly, I have a DR, that is ORCL standby, which is running under Oracle standby server, and then which is of 19c Oracle home. So if I go here, my lab server, I have taken Oracle lab 1, Oracle lab, and then Oracle lab. I have taken a 3 session of my production server. And then similarly, I have taken Oracle standby, again Oracle standby, and then Oracle standby. I have taken a 3 session of my standby server here, and then I have taken a 3 session of my production server here. And then I will do env pipeline grep ora. So this is my ORCL production server. Similarly, if I run it on the DR server here, DR server, I made it red color here. These 3 tabs are the DR servers. I'm going to run the same command env grep ora. This is my ORCL standby. Right, and then I'm going to run first command. This entire process, whatever I'm doing it, it's going to take, it's going to be like 9 steps. In that 9 step, we can make both prod and DR in sync. So let's go ahead and then simulate some disaster between prod and DR. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to connect to my prod server here. And then similarly, I'll connect to my DR server here. Right, and then I'm going to tail my both prod and DR alert like here. I'm going to take one production second session here. I can do locate alert underscore ORCL.log. This is my alert log for my Oracle primary server. I'm going to do tail -f, my alert log of production server. Similarly, I'll go to the other session of my DR here. I'm going to do locate alert underscore ORCL standby.log. Right, so this is my ORCL standby log. So this is my ORCL standby log, alert log, standby database alert log. I'm going to tail that one here. Right, both production alert log is here and then standby alert log is here. So both I did a tail of my alert log. Now I'm going to check my sync status of my production database. So the sync status of your production database, you can query it using this particular command here. Alter session set, you can do set this NLS, and then you can run that particular sync status. So I'm going to take one notepad here. I'm just going to put both the command here. I'm going to remove this SQL. I'm going to run these two commands in one shot. So if I run it on the production server here, SQL command prompt here in the production server, you can see sequence number 17194, which is already applied in your DR server. So you can run the same command on the DR server here. You can see 17194 is already applied status equal to yes. So both your prod and DR are in sync. So I'm gonna break the sync status between prod and DR. So how I'm gonna break it? I will do show parameter log underscore archive underscore dest. So there is a log underscore archive underscore dest2, which is set to my standby database, and then log archive underscore dest underscore 2 is enabled here. So I'm gonna I'm gonna break that log zip between prod and DR just by disabling this particular log underscore dest underscore state2, which is enabled. And then in that dest2, it is listening under my standby database. So I'm just gonna disable this particular log underscore archive underscore dest2, so that log zipping between prod and DR, it's gonna be like it's gonna cancel. So I'm just gonna defer that one. The command for that is alter system set log underscore archive underscore dest2 defer, and then you can scope equal to both and SID equal star. You can do show parameter log underscore archive underscore dest underscore state underscore 2. It become defer now. Now you can do couple of log switches here. Alter system switch log file. Switch log file 1, 2, 3, and I did a couple of log switch here, and then I'm gonna go into my archive log directories here. If I go U01 app, my archive log directories are U01 app, ORCL, data, and then ORCL fast recovery area, and then ORCL, and then archive user location. And then here I have this particular directory called today's directory. And then these are the logs are getting generated here. 96, 97, 98. Similarly, I'm gonna go here on the DR site. I'll go into DR archive destination, U01 app, ORCL, fast recovery area, ORCL standby, and then archive location. And then again, I'll go into today's date here. If I do LL, and then you can see 95 is the last which got applied, and then after that it broke the sync between prod and DR. And if I go in on the production side, after 95 I switched a couple of logs with like 96, 97, 98, and then those logs are not coming here. 96, 95, 96, 97, 98. If I do a couple of more log switch, right, so if I do a couple of log switch and then do LL here, and then I got after 99 I got 200, 201. All those logs are getting generated. You can see in the primary alert log here, and then those are not shipping on my DR site here. Media recovery is waiting for this 96 archive log. So if I go here and the DR site, if I check it out, so those archive logs are not coming. 95 it got stuck here, and then you can verify it in the SQL command prompt also. You can run the same query. 95, whatever that 95, it is applied, and after that it stopped. And then there is no log zipping here, and then log zipping are not coming here. And then if I go here and then if I run the same command, whatever this applied equal to yes or not on the production site, you see those couple of logs are gap here, like these logs. The last log applied was 95. After that, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200, 201. So these archive logs are like not applied here. Right. So now the break happened between prod and DR. So unfortunately somebody deleted these logs. So I'm going to delete this. Right now it is like 95 is transferred here. From 96 onwards, I'm going to delete those archive logs in the production site. So I'll go here. So 96 onwards, these are the 96 onwards. Like I'm going to delete these archive logs here. RM I'm just going to delete all of these archivelogs here. Assuming that somebody had deleted and then you ran out of your space, and these are all the archivelogs are missed in your production site. And then now you can go ahead and enable that whatever that dest2 you disabled it. I'm going to just enable that back. Alter system set log archive dest2 enable. Then if I do enter, now the dest2 is enabled here, and then immediately you can see in the standby alert log, it started fetching that gap 96 onwards. It started fetching. You can see fetching the gap from 17196. So it started fetching the gap here, and then it'll again, you can do a couple of log switch here. I can do alter system switch log file. Right. So do one more time. Right. Do one more time. And then, yeah, so this is your alert log. You started getting those cannot obtain the archive log. Whatever you deleted, those 97, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200, 201. So these are like physically got deleted from your OS side. Whatever the request it is sending here, this particular DR is sending the request. So you can see in the primary side, you are not able to get the status of those archive logs. Those are physically deleted. And then you will see these error messages continuously on your production alert log, because your DR is going to frequently it's going to ask for that particular archive log. Right. So now you can run one more time sync status. I'll just going to run this one. Again, it's going to be like gap only, because those are missing archive logs. It's not going to apply it on your DR side. Like, these are the archive logs are missing here: 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200, 201. After that, whatever log it's getting generated, it is applied equal to no status, because until it don't apply this missing archive log, it will not apply here. If you go on your production site, do LL, and you can see here, these are the logs: 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. After that, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200, 201. So those 6 archive logs are deleted. And then you can see 202, 203, and 204. And if you go on the DR site, and you can verify the same logs here, and then you can see the same log file: 202, 203, and 204. But the 201, 200, like 96, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200, and 201, those like 6 or 7 archive logs are missing here. And rest of the archive logs have started shipping here. But until those missing archive logs are copied here, you'll not be able to make both prod and DR in sync. Like, you can see this kind of fail to request a gap sequence, that 96 to 201. This is the error message you are going to get it on your DR alert log. Fail is failed to request gap sequence, and the gap is in the thread 1, sequence number 96 to 201. So these are the the message you are going to get it on your DR alert log. And on the production site, you used to get like this: unable to obtain the status of this particular alert log. So this particular archive log status, because these are physically got deleted on your production site. Right. Now we established the gap between prod and DR. Now we'll go ahead and do how we can make it in sync. So one way, like, you can follow this particular roll forward based upon incremental backup, or roll forward using that service starting with the 12C. Right. So I'll go with the second method, roll forward using your service method. This, like, already explained your prod and DR environment, and then I can verify my DR database and then the production database status here. I'm going to run this one on production. You can see ORCL read write, and this is the primary. If I run on standby database, like ORCL standby, read only with apply, and then the physical standby. So that's check your status on both prod and DR, and then check archive log sequence on both prod and DR. Already verified both prod and DR. Already DR is out of sync, and then it is missing some archive logs, and then those archive logs are physically deleted in your production site. So there's no way you can copy those archive logs, because those are already deleted from your OS side. So now I'm going to cancel the recovery on the DR site. So I'm going to recover manage standby database, cancel. I'm going to cancel that recovery on the DR site. You can see in the alert log, background media process is shut down. Alter database recover manage standby, cancel. So that's recovery media cancel completed. Now you can query the same database status here. You can see it become read only. That apply is your media recovery process. It stopped, and immediately it become read only now. So now you can shut down your shut down your database and open in mount mode. So I'll just shut it down and then I will open in mount mode. Right. So once the shutdown and done, and then this is the actual command. Recover database from service. You have to provide your production service name and no redo using compressed backup set. It'll directly connect to your production database and it will fetch for those incremental backup, whatever current SCA number, and then from there it is going to take a backup from your production and then apply it here. Right. So database is shut down. I'm going to mount it now here. Right. And then you can connect to RMAN target at your DR site, and then you can run this particular command: recover database from service, your production database service name, no redo using compressed backup set. So I'm going to take it as a compressed backup set from my production database and then apply it on my DR database. Right, your database is mounted now here. I'll just exit and then I'll connect RMAN target / then run this command: recover database from service ORCL, no redo using compressed backup set. So it's going to take whatever the current SCA number of my DR database. With that SCA number, it's going to take an incremental backup in my production, and then it'll apply it here on fly. You no need to take a backup on production and copy it here and then apply it here. It'll directly connect to your prod and then it'll apply it here. Right. So these are the backup it has completed here. It has applied, and then I will do shutdown. Now I'm going to restore the control file from my production database. I'll just shut down my database here. And then once the shutdown is done, I'll do a startup no mode because I'm going to restore my control file. I'll just going to do startup no mode. Database is dismounted. All right, so database is dismounted now here. And then startup mount. Right, so startup mount connected to target database, not started. And now you can use this restore standby control file from service, your production database, that the production service name ORCL. So I'm going to run this particular restore control file command here. Restore standby control file from service ORCL. It can restore your new control file from your production database for your standby database. You can see these two control files are restored now here. And now you can do alter database mount. So this command is missing here. I'm just going to add one command here. Just going to take this one. I need to add this alter database mount. Alter database mount here. Right, so this is the next command. After restoring your control file, I'm going to mount my database. This database will mount using this newly restored control file. So your database is mounted, and now you can do a catalog starts with your whatever the path of your standby data files. So this is like use your own app, Oracle, Data. ORCL is your location of your standby data files. You can see here. Use your own app, Oracle, Data, ORCL standby, and then the data files. So I'm just going to use that catalog starts with, and then all the data file locations. So I'm just going to do catalog starts with, and then this is my ORCL standby. So it's going to do catalog all the data files. You can see all the archive logs and then all the data files. Everything it's going to catalog here. I'll just say yes. We're going to catalog. Right, so it has cataloged here, and then now you can go ahead and do switch copy catalog data file. Switch one second. There's a command here. Switch to okay. There's a typo here. Switch to data file. Switch data file to copy. Okay, there's a typo here. Let me get the exact command. Switch, let me get that exact command here. Okay, let me modify that. Switch database to copy. Okay, I hope switch database to copy. Whatever the cataloged, whatever the files are cataloged here, I'll just copy switch that entire data file as a copy here. Switch database to copy. So you can see all the data files, whatever it is restored, all those are like switched. and then data files are copied here. Now, once you do a switch data file to copy and then try to recover your database, this is not a mandatory. You can see in standby, try to do a recover database. It's not a mandatory. You can directly go ahead and open a database. I'll just try to recover this one here. Probably it will fail sometimes. Okay, the media recovery completed. And then now you can try to open your database here. And then Ultra database open, your database is opened. And now you can start your recovery, media recovery session. So now you can check your database. It will be in read-only mode. If I check the same command here, right, it is read-only mode, physical standby. Now you can go back and start your media recovery MRP process. The moment you start your MRP process, go back here in your alert log. You can see background process media recovery started, and then your media recovery process started here, and then where is that one? Will wait. Okay, you can see you were deleted all these logs and then waiting for uh, all the non-current archived logs, and then all non-current archives have been archived. And then now you can wait for a few minutes, or you can go back and then switch some alert log, some log file here. I'll go to my production here, and then I'll do alter system switch log file, and then log file. The moment you switch here, this is your log file entry 17205, and then go back here, and then you got your 17206. It's waiting for that, and then do few more log switch here, and then immediately you can see in your production alert log, and then at the same time you can see in your DR alert log, it's already started, and then applying it. It's already in sync in transit 208, and then it already your DR is become in sync with your prod. So now you can go back and search for run for those same command, the log sequence command. I'm just going to run it here on both prod and DR, and we'll see that the sync status. Right, so you can see right now these are like 207, and then I'm going to run the same command here, copy the same command and run it on the DR site. And then you can see 205, it's already in memory, and then it started applying your 206 and 207. So we'll do a few more log switch here, and then you will get the clear understanding. Alter system switch log file 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 more logs here, and then you can see on the production side, and the same time on the DR side, it's already in sync now. Now you can again one more time run the sync command on the production side, and then on the DR side. So 205 is in memory. It's going to take a few minutes to apply this, and then you can, meantime, you can stop your media recovery process and then start it again. So it's already in memory. It's going to take some time to apply it. So if you don't want to wait that, you can directly stop your media recovery process. So media recovery process is like cancel it and then reapply it one more time. I'm just going to cancel it one more time. Okay, just exit here and then connect to my SQL plus /SDBA. And then I can stop my media recovery process here. And then I can start my media recovery process again. Stop and then start media recovery, and then check on your alert log here. Right, media recovery was shut down and media recovery was started now here. And then, yeah, now you can go back and then query the same gap status. Right, you can see your 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, 210, 11, 12. So all are applied here. It's up to date. 17212. Run the same command on your production site. Right, 17212. And then do alter system switch log file. Right, so one log file you switched here. You can check it become 212, it become 213. I'll just want to do one more time. Right, so it's a 213, and then go back here on the DR side, and then do it here. 213, it's already came here, and then it's waiting for media record to apply it here. Right, so that's a simple fix. In case of your DR goes out of sync, you no need to worry. If somebody deleted the archive logs in your production site, no need to worry. And these are the simple 9 steps. You can follow it and make your DR is in sync with prod. So commands, I'm going to just repeat it one more time. Check your database status and role status, role of your database on both prod and DR. Select DB name, open mode, and database role from your database. And then check archivelog sequence, both prod and DR, and make sure that how much is a gap. And then if that archivelogs are already available on your DR production site, if already available, you can manually copy it on the DR site and then register them, catalog them, and then start your MRP, it will become sync. If in case somebody deleted those archivelogs, physically those are missing, then there's no other way. There's no other way you can make it in sync. So you have to follow this either of this one document, and then follow the process, and then make your DR in sync. What I did, like I just canceled the recovery on my DR site, and then I shut down my database, started with the mount in case of physical active DataGuard. And then I connected to my RMAN target. I did a recover standby database using that Oracle primary service, no redo with the compressed backup set. It will connect to your primary database, and it will take a backup based upon the current SCA number, what is available on your DR site. Based upon that SCA number, it's going to take the backup from your production database, and then it will apply it on the DR site. And then once you apply, if you restore your standby database using service, you can shut down that one and then start up with the no mount. Once you start your DR database in no mount, and then restore your standby control file using that primary service name. It's going to take a new control file with the current SCN from your production database, and then it'll apply it on the DR side. And then you can do alternate mount. Once you do alternate mount, and then you can do catalog start with all your standby data file location. Once you do a catalog, and then you can do switch database to copy. The moment you do switch database to copy, all the newly restored files are all available on your DR site. And then you can do recover database. Sometimes you no need to do this recover database. Directly go ahead and open your database. And then once you open your database, start your media recovery process. That will start applying the new archivelog, whatever it's going to generate it on your production site. One more time, I'm going to do one more log switch. Just do alter system switch log file 1, 2 logs which I did. Run the same query. All right, so these are the 2 logs. These are the 4 logs I can say. 214, 215. These are the 2 logs, 214, 215. So these like 214 and 215, 2 logs you just switched here. And you can see these are the 2 logs, 215 and 214. These 2 logs already transferred here. You can see that standby alert log. 216, it's waiting for 216, and 215 and 214 already came here. And then if you go back and check your media recovery process, whether it's applied or not here. Right, 214 and 215, it's already came here, but your MRP is not yet started applying it. And then it will apply it once it get a time. And then you can go back here and then do LL, and you can see 214 and 215 already came here. So it's going to apply it whenever it get a time. Right, so that's a simple fix in order to make your DR in sync with production in case of anything disaster happens, like somebody deletes the logs or somebody like OS mount point is filled and your DR is go out of sync, and they can use this method, and then you can make your DR in sync with your production. Again, as I said, it's going to be like 2 very, very beautiful document. I just followed this particular service-based roll forward. You can go with the RMAN-based incremental roll forward. You can follow this particular mass document. Right. So having said that, I'm gonna wind up my today's session. We'll meet up in our next session, guys. Until then, take care. Bye bye.